Good morning from Twin Falls, Idaho. We are on our way into town right now and we have some really cool stuff planned for today. But before we get into that, we want to show you why you should always try to make time to stop at scenic overlooks on your road trips.
When we arrived the other night here in Twin Falls, it was pitch black, so we had no idea this whole canyon was here. When we were driving the next morning, it was just a complete shock to both of us, and it's such a cool experience being here. We're the only ones here, and we just get to experience it all by ourselves, which is just really awesome. But this is kind of a detour for the day. We have so much more in store. Twin Falls is a really incredible place, and we can't wait to show you. If you come to Twin Falls, probably the first thing you'll see is the Perrine Bridge, and this thing is huge. It's so cool. The canyon goes right under it. There's so much greenery down there. We really can't wait to explore. There's some waterfalls right after this that we're really excited for, but right now we're just sitting and enjoying this view.
This bridge is 486 feet above the river, and this is the only man-made structure in the country where it's legal to base jump, and it seems like, weather permitting, people come out every single day and base jump off of this thing. Even just by itself, this bridge is so cool to come and look at. It's absolutely massive, but knowing that you can see base jumpers just makes it so much cooler. Marshall, look at him! Oh my god! That was crazy! Did you see him standing on the bridge? Like on top? We've been waiting out here for maybe an hour waiting for one of the base jumpers, and we kind of were losing hope. We were about to go to our next stop and come back later. But that was so awesome. That was so much crazier than I thought it would be. I thought the base jumpers here was going to be a much more touristy experience, but they're literally just out here doing their own thing. He got ready, climbed up on top of the bridge, and jumped off without hesitation. That was so awesome to watch. We just got back to the van and now we're finally gonna head out to what was originally our first stop, which is a waterfall. We're driving down into the canyon right now to go see Perrine Coulee waterfall, and for some reason when you put that name into Google Maps, at least on my phone, it defaulted to taking you to the top viewpoint of the waterfall, which is nowhere near as cool as the bottom viewpoint looks. So if you're visiting this waterfall in Google Maps, make sure you put Perrine Coulee waterfall trailhead to get to the right place, because now it is taking us down into the canyon and it looks like we're going to the right place. Okay, we actually didn't even make it all the way to the trailhead. Luckily, right down the road from the waterfall, this cute little parking lot was open and saved us probably 20 minutes of walking.
That's pretty cool.
I tried to get a shot of us coming down the road, viewing the waterfall on our way down to the parking lot. If it didn't turn out well, because it was a pretty rough attempt at a shot, you can see the waterfall so perfectly coming down this road. So if you don't have time to walk around, hike around, you can at least drive down the road and see it perfectly. already hurt from smiling too much.
We recently went to Iceland, and there is this waterfall called Seljalandsfoss where you can go right behind it, and this feels exactly like that, but somehow on an even bigger scale. This is so insane, and it's really loud. I hope the audio isn't awful.
Identical to being at Seljalandsfoss in Iceland. Like, if I didn't know where I was and I saw myself here, 100% I'd say I was in Iceland. This is so crazy. And one of the best things is this is better in Iceland in some ways, because when we went behind Seljalandsfoss, we were absolutely soaked, but I've gone all the way around, oh god, as it drips off of my face, and I'm still mostly dry. I jinxed us! The wind changed, and now we're wet.
I don't think we're quite as wet as we were in Iceland, though.
No, definitely not. So while we were down there at that waterfall, we realized that 2 years ago, we were in Iceland, and there's a non-zero chance that we were at Iceland's twin of this, Seljalandsfoss, 2 years ago today. So Marshall's trying to find it in our phone.
May 21st, 2022.
Really?
Yeah, 2 years ago to the date, we were in the clone of this one.
Crazy.
That's so cool.
I thought, okay, I knew there's a chance, but I was kind of getting, that's crazy. I thought it was going to be a day or two off. How crazy is that?
And on our 4.5 years.
Oh, yes, I love you. So on that note, we're walking back down to our van, and we're going to head to our last stop, which is one more waterfall, and I'm so excited.
We should rename ourselves the Waterfall Channel.
I know, we need to count how many waterfalls we visited and put on our channel, because it's been quite a few.
We hit like 15 in one video alone.
That's true. Oh my gosh. Just saw a little bit of it.
Just 15 minutes of driving and $5 for parking later, we are now at the Shoshone Falls, our last stop of the day. We've been really excited for this one because this is known as the Niagara Falls of the West, and we got a little glimpse of it. We're walking up to it now, so we should get a really good view soon.
It's so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. I'm so surprised this place isn't more busy. This is definitely the top attraction, it seems, in Twin Falls. And I mean, it's clear why, it's so gorgeous, but It is a Monday, but I was definitely expecting this to be a lot more crowded.
Yeah, I feel like Idaho is doing itself a little bit of a disservice by just saying that they're famous for their potatoes, because as we've seen today, there is so much more to this state that we had no idea of before.
I'm still trying to comprehend how we have not had to leave the US for any of the stops we have had today. Half of the time during the day, I could be in Iceland and not know the difference. Seriously, everything that we've been to could so easily fit into Iceland. Not the bridge, but the waterfalls and the gorge. Everything's been so amazing. So I guess if you have a dream of going to Iceland but can't make it happen, try out Idaho. Can't believe it's been all of my life only knowing Idaho from the potatoes. I have been missing out on so much. Thank you so much for joining us on such an incredible day. We'll see you in the next video.